Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. This is going to be a fairly quick video, but I want to work in some of my specialty pages in my BTS ARMy inspired planner. This is a happy planner that I just got from Amazon. It will be linked down below if you're interested. I, of course, added the specialty pages, and I'll have those linked down below as well, because it's really the specialty pages that I've made and put in here as inserts that make this a BTS ARMy inspired planner. So this is where some of my specialty pages start. I think I have done a flip through of this planner in general, so you can find that on my channel if you're interested. But yeah, let's start, or the focus of this video is to complete my comeback plans sheet for Jin's upcoming release, Echo. So this is going to keep track of all of my planned activities and my support strategy for the release of Jin's new album, Echo. It is releasing May 16th. So I just put the date up here, and I do like to put the title of the release in this box. You can't see it that well because it is a very light gray. I love that gray, but there we go. So excuse me, that's the title of his album that like I said, is being released Friday, May 16th. So this sheet helps me plan my personal comeback strategy. This sheet will be available, linked down below in this video if you guys are interested, and you can make your own comeback strategy. You don't need this sheet. You can just make your own strategy on a piece of paper, but I do encourage everybody to at least stop and think about how you're going to support and what is going to work for you. That way, when you engage with others who are also supporting during the comeback, you can stay focused on what you are able to do, not what everybody else wants you to do. So anyway, this has been very helpful to me. The first thing I do is I start to write my comeback goals. And for me, I usually keep this simple. My comeback goal for Echo is to stay focused on Jin and what Jin is doing, because it's so much going on. We're going to get information about Festa some point in May. We're going to be anticipating the guys coming home the next month, and so trying to stay focused on Jin is going to be very hard. But I am really going to make an effort to do that because he deserves it. Oh, that should be his. Okay. Yeah, he deserves it. They all deserve it. But, you know, he's coming out with an album, and he deserves us to focus on them. And I know we're excited for the guys to come back, but let's put as much as we can into supporting what Jin is doing for the month of May. And then, of course, in the summer, he's going to be touring. So, okay. Streaming platforms. I have really streamlined streaming platforms for me personally. I always stream on Spotify because that is my preferred platform for listening to music. I know other people prefer other things. That's the way I approach this. Is that's your business. As long as you're streaming, I don't have anything to say about what platform you're using, and nobody else should have anything to say. As long as you're streaming on a platform that makes sense to you and for your budget, please do it. That's all I really want to say about that. I also During a comeback, though, I like to add an additional audio platform. For me, that has been Amazon Music, because I have a subscription for free, even though it's a premium subscription, but I get it through my Prime. So instead of paying for another premium subscription, which is not within my budget, I'm not going to do that. I make use of what I already have. And so those are the two audio platforms that I use. For video, I do stream on YouTube. YouTube is critical to every comeback. I do not stream YouTube Music. I stream YouTube OG for the video to make sure that I get those video streams counting where they are supposed to count. So it doesn't matter if you have a premium YouTube account or a free YouTube account. We need to be streaming on YouTube. Period. End of story. So I don't care what type of account you have for YouTube. Stream on that platform. For buying, I do buy on iTunes, but iTunes is not my primary sales platform. It really isn't. Amazon probably is more than anything else, because I actually don't really have, well, I do have Apple devices. I can't say that I don't, but I don't use them for leisure things. Like, I don't have an iPhone, but I have a MacBook. And buying on iTunes, I'm not even sure if I can do that on my MacBook anymore. You can't do it on your PC. And if you can do it on your MacBook, I don't, because I use it only for work. I do have 2 iPads, but I use those for graphic design and work, so I don't do personal things on those. But I do buy on iTunes. I will go on my reading iPad, like the iPad I use for reading, and I will buy my iTunes music on that iPad. But I'm not trying to have 20 different iTunes accounts, because those sales going to get discarded anyway. And I think we just need to start breaking it down and being upfront and blunt. If you out here trying to use 20, 30 iTunes accounts on the same IP, all that type of stuff, it's going to get deleted. Okay, so the best thing you can do is spread your purchases over several platforms. So iTunes is not even my number one anymore. But I buy on iTunes. I buy on Amazon. I buy what I can on the Big Hit Store, which is basically physical and digital albums. You can't have digital singles on the Big Hit Store anymore. And then I will also buy on Qobuz. It is not my top sales platform, but I will buy on Qobuz, and I will typically buy during a station head party. So, which is through 7 Digital. So those are usually my buying platforms. And I just maximize what I can. For digital items, I buy up to my max amount. And I don't do any shenanigans after that, guys, because money is not easy to come by, and I'm not trying to waste it. I'm not trying to get my sales discarded. So if I want to buy 4 times, I spread it across 4 different platforms. I'm not trying to bombard one platform and those sales are thrown away. That's my approach. So that's what I do. Those are my buying platforms. And then for my comeback budget, this one, it's been a while since I've bought a full album as part of a comeback. The last time I guess it was Jhope's. So, was it? It's been so many releases. I think it was. So, unless I'm missing something, if I am, sorry. But I think it was Jhope's album was the last one that I bought. And then, of course, I'm not counting any physical singles that were released or anything like that. So it's just been a lot. Maybe was J-Hope's second album before Muse? So then it might have been Muse? No, because I bought Happy. So I guess it was Jen's. Wow. Because Jen would have been fall, winter of 2024. Yeah, because it was just singles in 2025. Wow, Jen, look at Jen go. Okay, anyway, the point I was trying to make is that planning physical album budget, that's a little scary. What I tend to do, the approach I tend to make is budgeting enough for 4 physical albums. 4. Because that's usually the max of the versions that we have. I don't really count like Target exclusives or Walmart exclusives. I'm not out here trying to track those down. For my budget, I usually can accommodate 4 physical albums. So they usually range based on where I get them, which is typically Amazon, about $25. So I usually budget about $125. And then for digitals, since we do have limitations on how many digital albums we can buy, I don't have a huge budget on digital albums and singles. I am going to budget another $25 for that. Because like I said, I stay within the limits and the parameters that are set forth by the chart. That is what drives me, and that's what I do. So my total budget so far is going to be, see, where do I want to write this? I guess I'll write it right here. Approximately $150 for his album release, and any singles or digital albums that come with that. And that's a pretty generous budget, considering that I also have to pay for concert tickets and planning concert trip in July. So this is a little bit aspirational, if I'm being honest with you, but I do think that it is worth it to support Jen. So the last thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of a sticker and just put it here in the corner. I would like to put this lady, but she is really big. So I'm just going to take this purple quote. It says, now I got this book from Temu. Some of these quotes don't make any sense, so you know, we just going to go with it. But it says, let my love like sunlight surround you and yet give you illuminated freedom. I barely know what that means, but the colors fit, so that's what I'm going to do. And it's the right size. Okay, well, it's covering up right. Hold on. Let me pull it up just a little bit. I think I'm going to put it up here. Okay. So I like that. That's all it's going to take. I'm going to do a little bit of a highlight. I'm going to highlight my streaming platforms here, buying platforms, my comeback goals, the date, and I will fill in my comeback mood when the time is right. So I really am excited for Jen to see what his new album sounds like. For those watching this video and you are not on other forms of social media such as X or Instagram, or if you don't follow the official Big Hit accounts, let me just give you a few details. One, Jen's second solo album is being released May 16th. It is a full album. I think it has 7 or 8 tracks. He has a full week of promotions planned, and we'll probably have more than a week. Actually, if you count what's been going on right now with photo concepts and stuff being released, and he is having almost a month worth of promotions. But as far as active promotions, he's going to do some promotions during the week of his release, and then he's going to get ready to go on his world tour. So you can pre-order the album now from Amazon, Target, Walmart, all those places, at the Big Hit store. You can also buy a ticket to see him. He is doing a world tour. He will be coming to the U.S. I'm based in the U.S. I think he's coming to New York, Tampa, Dallas, and the West Coast. I believe he's going somewhere in California, Anaheim, I think. So he's going to kind of cross the country. So you have opportunities to see him. I encourage you to take advantage of this time to support Jin and buy a physical album if you can. We are in pre-orders. That's what you're supposed to be doing, is buying physical albums right now, because you can't stream anything. So make sure that you get your orders in, and let's support Jin for his second album. Thanks. Have a good day.